Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy Rick Taylor back with another episode of that Rick Taylor Entertainment Podcast. And I'm here sitting here with my boy, man, Designer Dishes, Jermaine, man. What's going on?
Back in the city, chilling. What's going on?
Nothing much, man. You already know, man. You've been here before, so you already know how it go. It's just the only thing that really changed is just like it's in a podcast form now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on the camera with you. You know, and we just be pretty much vibing, man. You know how it was last time. We just vibing.
We supposed to be and did this.
Yeah, the vibes. You know, this
part 2 joint.
Part 2. In case y'all haven't seen it, go check the first interview out, man. It was dope. Now, I want to start it off with asking you, man, how you been, man? What's been going on? Like, how the family been and how the marriage life been for you?
No, I'm chilling. New haircut, no dreads.
Talking to Mike for me.
Kids getting, older. Little 3-year-old bad as hell. Mm-hmm. The married life.
Get closer to it.
That shit be life, man. You gotta be a real nigga.
Yeah.
That shit ain't for the weak, for sure.
I can imagine, bro. Like, you've been gone for some time now. Like, you've been in like Atlanta and shit like that. Like, what's that been like for you? Like, how's life down there been for you? And like the business and everything.
I mean, as far as the business, like recently now, like I left the food truck up here, so like, motherfuckers just paying me to rent it out type shit. Mm-hmm. But prior to that, I was actually parked outside this strip club down there called Gentleman's Club. It's in like Midtown. And it was the same. I mean, the food gonna speak for itself. I was only doing 1 day a week. Mm-hmm. But even on that 1 day, same shit, still selling out. Motherfuckers was fucking with it type shit. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I definitely need to, get established in Atlanta the way I'm established here. Because, shit, without this city, I wouldn't even fucking have that shit, nigga. I'm talking about when I was cooking out an in-house kitchen, nigga, with 2 deep fryers and motherfuckers down the block just waiting.
Right.
So without that, shit, I wouldn't even have that truck for real.
Right. Yeah, I remember you used to be booming here, man, when you was here before you had the truck, and I remember the vision when you wanted the truck, and you just been putting that grind like you always do. And I was gonna ask you that, like, was the business like the same, like kind of how it was, and like how it is here when you come back home, and like in Atlanta? I know you still new, you've been down there for some time now, but I know things take a little time. So, what's this been like? Like, what's the business like down there for you compared to here?
Well, like in Atlanta, like
Be a little close to that mic.
People don't understand. Like in Atlanta, it's like it don't stop there. So like you can't be a nigga that think like you got motion, because like people down there, especially like the women, like it ain't no days off. Like you got to do that shit every day. So I mean, like I said, the little spot I had, I was selling out still, but it's like I done seen and connected with, different people that cook down there too. And it's like they be outside till like, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. And it's just like, people done contacted me about how much I charge for certain stuff. But it's like, shit, I remember like one time I went to a Jamaican truck, nigga, and tried to get like a jerk chicken dinner, nigga. They wanted $50 for that motherfucker.
Damn, what was all included with that?
Shit, just the chicken, I believe. But that ain't even the first time that ever happened. But it's like people paying, like in Atlanta, ain't nobody complaining about no money. Right. Like people down there really got that shit for real. So it's just like, if you call yourself being like an entrepreneur in a city like that, it's like you gotta really do your research and understand, like in Atlanta it been like that. Like motherfuckers really down there doing that shit. Like don't get me wrong, it's fake ass motherfuckers everywhere. People acting like they got this, acting like they got that, but for the majority, the motherfuckers in Atlanta got that shit. So it's like you just gotta be a person that's gonna, be about your shit. So like I said, I'm just in the city for a little quick second. I'm finna take the food truck back down, but when I take it back down there, like I'm trying to turn it up like how I do when I'm here. Like back to, like I said, when I was cooking out the kitchen, with little help or no help. So I'm trying to get it to that in Atlanta, because if your shit fire, they gonna fuck with you because, like I said, I even went to Blue Flame one time. It was a nigga selling barbecue. That nigga wanted $60 for a plate with no size. And the line was down the street.
Right.
Nobody complained about it. Everybody stayed there, paid their money, got that shit. So I'm trying to get to that. That's what I'm trying to do.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Your prices is your prices, man. Like you know what I'm saying? You eventually people will understand like why your prices is your prices when they taste the food and stuff like that. And that's the thing about people, man. We be wanting discounts all the time, but when it comes to our own, and then, you know, when you go into a Gucci store or something, you ain't gonna ask them, can I get a discount?
Never.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Never.
I only got this much. Like,
you ain't never walked in the Gucci store and said, throw them socks in there for me.
Right.
Let me get a little extra Gucci. You ain't never walked in that store and said that
never
shit.
said, no, damn, that's how much. Let me get this for
Man,
this.
trust
bro.
me, I done been through it. And it's like my prices ain't shit.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell people, come to Atlanta. You will see.
Right, I
for
can
sure.
imagine. It's a bigger city, bigger market, and all that.
Man, listen, up here, we could do like smoke a hookah. How much a hookah cost here? With like $20, $25?
Yeah.
Nigga, hookah in Atlanta is $60. That's for the regular. It's places there that got hookahs for $100. Like, come on, man. Like, but I fuck with Milwaukee though. Like, no matter what I charge, they still come pay that shit. Even if they complain or ask for a plug, they always pay me. Like, I ain't never ever had no issue here. Never.
Right.
Never a day in my life. So yeah, if it wasn't for here, I wouldn't even be able to do what I be doing, because shit, at the end of the day, like shit, even like the other day, not too long ago, like Summer Walker, she had made a post like she looking for a cook in Atlanta. Swear to God, everybody from the city. Like, niggas I don't even talk to at all. Like, everybody from the city just tagging. She ain't pick me, but just to know, like, the place where I'm from, and I didn't even grow up here. I didn't come back here till I was in high school. But just to know the little time frame I had, you know, cooking here, and for my city to do that for me, even if I didn't get picked, I'm talking about I had at least, like, almost 400 tags on that post.
Damn.
Without even, I mean, I did ask some people, but like 90% of that shit I didn't ask. They just did that shit for me. So it's like, I fuck with it. Like, I would never not big up my city. Never.
Right. And I'm pretty sure, like, a lot of people seen, I mean, I'm pretty sure she's seen that. Come on now, like, you know, people tagging, that many people tagging you, she's seen it, but, you know.
It's all good.
Right.
I want to cook for Boosie, nigga. Fuck someone.
I can see that happening, too. It's like, because, you know, much as, like, he live in Atlanta, and then, you know, when he come here.
That's who gonna get your shit popping, nigga. Boosie gonna.
Right.
That's who I want to cook for.
Right. Besides that, with the situation, like, where everybody was tagging you for Summer Walker, have you ever came close to cooking for a celebrity?
The closest I would say, and the thing about it is, it wasn't for her, but she was there. But my guy in the A, his name Deontay, he had hit me to cook for him and his people for the 4th of July, and one of his people got a kid by London on the track. So, you know, I went there, did that for them, and you know, she reposted it. You know, she ain't tagged me or nothing, but
right.
I would say like that's one of the biggest. Another thing, shit, I cooked for the very first thing I ever did in Atlanta was I cooked for Delta Dental. So, you know, that's like a national company. I did they Thanksgiving and they Christmas for like 2 years straight. So that's like the first like big thing that I did down there. But other than that, it just be regular shit, like, you know, because a lot of black people, like, they businesses don't be all the way legit. Like, my shit is all the way legit. Like, I'm on Google, Yelp, DoorDash, Uber Eats, like, all that shit. So I done had situations where people will call me, like I could pull up like voicemails, like motherfuckers calling me, oh, we found you on Google, can you pull up here? Like, one time shit, a motherfucker had me pull the food truck to their house and like park it in their driveway. They was having a pool party. So it's like, of course I would love to cook for a big name, but I'm gonna get more clients off the fact that I'm able to be searched nationwide. Like, people can go on Google and just call me. Right. And like, so I got a lot of that shit down there. So that's really what I do there.
Right, that's dope, man. You definitely on the right path, man. Like, I can imagine, like, that's a process of getting your business all over nationwide, worldwide, on Google and all that. You just got to take the time. A lot of people don't like to take the time and do the steps, you know?
Right.
Now, do you ever be nervous when it comes to a certain event, like with Delta Dental, was you nervous when you did that event?
Of course, because that was when I did that. That was before I even ever cooked here. So when I did it, it was on some regular shit. Like, it was my homie that I worked with. His girl worked there, so they was looking for somebody to cook and shit. He just called me. I didn't even have a business at this point. They just called me with that shit.
Right.
And they was like, shit, we need somebody to cook for our Christmas party. And shit, they let me do it. And it's so crazy because when that happened, I had a job still. So when I did it, I prepared all the food, and I had my other nigga. I'm like, dog, listen, everything done. Just go to my house and put this shit in the oven for me. And he went and did it, but one of the things they ordered was some salmon.
Yeah.
But the salmon wasn't all the way done, though.
Oh,
So,
right.
after that had happened, I thought they was gonna be like, man, fuck this nigga.
Right.
But no, they ended up calling me back the second year. The second time I killed that shit, though. Like, I'm talking about everybody in the whole building. They calling me on FaceTime. I was blowing my shit up. But that first time, I was scared as a bitch because that was like my first, like, big situation. And I didn't know nobody there except for, my homie, his girl. So that shit was like,
right.
When dude fucked that shit up, I'm texting. I swear to God, you call my guy. I'm telling him, like, man, I'm never doing this shit again, like, ever. Like, soon as he texts me, like, man, they said some of this salmon wasn't done. I was devastated. Like,
man,
I was heartbroken by that shit. Swear to God. But man, listen, never let nobody handle your business.
Right.
Do that shit on your own, my nigga.
Right.
Like, I would never do that shit again because that shit could have been bad. Like, somebody could have got sick. Like, food is crazy. Like, somebody could have got sick. Anything.
Right. So. But that's a lesson learned. That's all a part of the progress. You know what I'm saying? You learned, like, this what you said. You said the second year they brought you back, you made sure to kill it. So I know they was like, man, you really like what he do, and we gonna bring him back some more. Like, and that by you doing that can like bring you more business with other companies and stuff like that. So, man, it's just a matter of time before more people start hitting you up and bigger people and stuff like that.
Right.
Now, with your food truck and stuff like that, I see you had the food truck. What was the process of getting that? Because I remember last time I interviewed you, we talked about it, but we didn't get too much in depth of what the progress was. Excuse me.
So, really what happened was my homie, he mad at me right now. But my boy Petty. So really, and it's fucked up because we didn't really know each other like that, but like, he was another nigga that was just coming around type shit. And he knew I could cook. Like, he done came to Atlanta, he stayed at my house and shit. And I didn't never really get to do shit for real, but he only eat like fried lobster. He a weird nigga. He don't eat shit. But basically what happened was, he used to just be like saying shit like, man, you should get a food truck. But what happened was, I ended up finding one. My plan was to just, stack it up and just buy me one. Cause at the time I ended up getting fired from my job for real. So I had found this truck. It was like $15,000. But they ended up hitting me back, like, cause I asked them like, would they take 10? And it's like, nah, we can't do that for this one, but we got another one. And they had one that was a little bit cheaper and shit. He gave me half of the money. So shit, after that we bought it. But a lot of people don't know, shit, when I first bought that motherfucker, I let it sit for like a year and a half. I never touched it. All I did, I like got it on random ass day. I went in like half-ass, cleaned it out, got rid of like a lot of the old equipment and shit. But I didn't do nothing with it. Like, it was just sitting there. I was cooking out the crib. And I had a whole food truck. Like, all them times, like, for the people who was, like, shopping with me from day one, like, all them times when y'all was, like, pulling up to, the houses I was at, or, like, the Airbnb or the restaurant on the south side, like, I been had the food truck. Like, I just wasn't using it. It was sitting. No paint job, no nothing. But then, like, I don't know what it was. I just woke up one day like, man, fuck it, I emptied my bank account and got that motherfucker together. Shit, I got all new equipment and shit. Got the floor done, got the wrap on that bitch, got it cleaned out. Like, I just woke up one day, I spent every single dollar that I had and got that bitch together. Start cooking a little bit in Atlanta, behind the crib, and then shit, I brought that bitch up here. And like I said, my city shit, they rocked out like they always do.
All right, man. It be like that, man. Like, sometimes you gotta sacrifice and put your all in something, and like, just to get it done. That's part of the grind. And like I said, I remember you told me you had the truck, but you said it wasn't ready yet because you wanted to get all that stuff fixed.
Right.
And that's how it be. Like, you did it. You ain't do nothing wrong, pretty much. Like, you know what I'm saying? You made sure you didn't rush. Because just imagine if you'd have rushed trying to get that shit out, and it could have went bad or could not went how you wanted it to go. But patience is key.
It wasn't even like a rush thing. Like, for me, it was like personal.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel it. Like I was doing so much other shit. Like, mind you, I don't have no job, so all the money I got like saved and shit, like I'm just spending it, like going out of town, buying clothes. Like, I just wasn't feeling it. So I'm like, literally, it was like a light switch. I just woke up one day like, fuck it, I'm finna just get this motherfucker together. And a lot of people don't even know, like, that paint job that's on that motherfucker, that skyline that's on there, that's a skyline for the city.
Mm-hmm.
Because shit, that's who put the money in my pocket to even be able to, get that shit done. So it was just like, whenever you do something, you can't just try to just jump into that shit. Like, you gotta really, it gotta be in you. Like, you gotta be feeling that shit. Because if you try to just do something just to do it, it's not gonna work out.
Right.
It's not happening. It just don't work like that. Because you ain't really trying to do that shit for real. Like, you just trying to do some shit because everybody else doing it type shit. And I always say, like, even like when it comes to like food, like you know who do this shit for real. Like, you gonna be able to taste that shit.
Mm-hmm. So
like, that's even when I come here, I only fuck with like certain places. Like, even the shit I came in here with, like, I fuck with my nigga Jay and G-Ster at Catfish Lounge. I fuck with Scope at his shit. Shit, I just found another nigga that he actually was the nigga who was just renting out the food truck before. I'm finna take it back. This nigga's named Donnie Ray Barbecue. Like, I fuck with niggas who do this shit every day. Like, you gonna be able to taste who really know how to cook versus who just doing that shit because they need $1. Shit, even like my nigga Shan, like, come on, man, niggas know what's up with her. If you need a cake, you know who to call for sure. So it's like, you know who really do that shit, and motherfuckers know who don't. So at the end of the day, like, anybody who ever like tried to like get on some funny shit with me, like with that food shit, like, man, we know who do this shit every day. Like, people know. We could tell. Cause like, it's even people who cook and they do it every day, but they don't take it as serious as like the people that I just named do. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, I know people personally who told me like I would never get nothing else from them, just cause one day they pulled up and they got their shit and it just wasn't like how it was before. Like, nigga, I asked Ray, man. I asked Ray, he know. It's a nigga that
tell you fast.
It's somebody we both used to fuck with. And he pulled up one day. Dog, that nigga got that food. He was so mad. But nah, though, man, motherfucker, you can't play with your craft, though. Like, if you do that shit, like, don't never play with that shit. Like, cause niggas, ain't nobody gonna forget that, cause they gonna remember you.
Right, they gotta be right every time, the same way you did it. You know what I'm saying? So, also, like, with your food truck and stuff like that, and your business, like your brand, you have like meals named after your friends. Like, how did that come about? Like, what was the reason behind that, and what is the friends' names, and what meals is it? So
really, with that, it would, everything that's on my menu was the people that was fucking with me the hardest, and like really who was, when I'm like, fuck it, I'm finna do it. Like, these was the people that was like, man, do that shit. So like, everything that's on there, the people that is named after, like, shit, I seen the other interview, you know, Fat was the first nigga pulling up, like, let me get this and let me get that. He never changed his order. Like, nobody wouldn't even mixing they orders with the wings until him, because when I first started, I was only doing one flavor. So Fat used, like, literally, Fat used to call me and he'd be like, what flavor you got? Remember, I was only doing one. If I wasn't mixing it, like if I didn't have barbecue or something, he wouldn't even order no food. So like with him, he was the first nigga that started like mixing the flavors, and that's what made me venture into doing that in the first place. Like, he was the first nigga doing that. And then after that, my nigga Anna, she started doing the same thing. And it's funny, she ordered the same thing that he ordered, but he started it though. So I gotta give him that. But really, the people that's on the menu, even my niggas sitting over here, like, these was the niggas that was like fucking with me from day one. So shit, you pull up that menu, just know if you order something, it's a special meaning to it. Like it's some real niggas behind them names on there. So don't never forget that. That is not nothing I made up. Literally everything on there that I name is specifically for a reason named after that person. Literally everything. It's not nothing that I just woke up like I'm gonna do this for that person. It was specified for them.
Right. That's dope, man. That's crazy because I know my boy Ray was telling me he had a combo name after him, but then Fat told me he had one after him. So I'm like, because I remember you said you was going to do that.
Ray don't got a combo. Dog just used to order plenty of them motherfuckers, so I just named a 30 piece after him. Fat was the one that was mixing the flavors. So Ray shit ain't no combo. He just, it's like, damn nigga, you want that many? So that's why like on that shit, it's like going crazy. Because dude used to pull up and really order like 30, 40 of them motherfuckers every single time. I don't think he ever ordered nothing less than 30. Like and they used to be eating them bitches for days. Like all of them. Like he never wasted that shit. But yeah, everybody they got their meaning. Like everybody. I fuck, like I said, if it wasn't for here, I wouldn't even have it. It wouldn't even exist. Like literally, like it wouldn't even be happening. Like I can remember like the first time when I thought about it. I promise you, I was sitting on the bed. I was sitting on the floor actually. My wife was in the bed. I'm like, dog, you think if I sell food, like motherfuckers in the city about that shit? She like, shit, do that shit. Like try it. Sure to God, I made a post on my baby, nigga. And this is just the first time I ever did it. Not to like put nobody in my business, but on my kids, I made $5,000 in pre-orders. I wasn't even in Milwaukee. I was in Atlanta, sitting on my floor.
Pre-orders. That's not even a whole order paid for. Pre-orders.
I wasn't even here. I didn't have no food, no nothing. I wasn't even in this city, and everybody just cash app. Like when I first started, like my cash app used to be like, hold on, give us a few minutes. Like I couldn't even accept no more money in. Like that's what I'm saying.
Damn.
Like Milwaukee was like rocking the fuck out with me when that shit first started. Sure to God, like I would love for it to be like that every day, but they still fuck with me.
It's gonna come. Speaking into existence, it's gonna come. Stay down for the come up. It's definitely coming. Now, speaking of support from the city, man, this past summer and a couple summers, let's get to it. You know, let's get to it. The question people want to know, my boy Groove Hero from Memphis, he was with Dolph now. He came here and he made like thousands, like off in like 2 days, like probably, I don't know how much, but it was bands. Yeah, and he was selling a lot of plates. Like people was paying to skip. Or people was just paying like $30 for a plate. Right. How did that make you feel? What was your thoughts on that when you were seeing people buying all that stuff and paying to skip and stuff like that?
Realistically, it didn't make me feel no way. The only reason I spoke on it was because so many people was calling me like, man, you see this nigga up here, blah, blah, blah. First of all, I've never been a hater in my life. So, you know, shit, if I could pull up and do that, I would keep coming here too. So it's like, but the thing about it is, I just look at it like this. It's like, dog, this nigga not from here. He ain't never did nothing for our city, no nothing. And it's like, I know people personally who got businesses and they have to, you know, argue or, you know, panhandle their prices type shit. And it's just like, how the fuck is y'all doing that to somebody that's from where y'all from, but y'all let a nigga that ain't even from here come here and do whatever the fuck he want to do? Like that shit, it'll never make sense to me, like whatsoever. Like I just don't get it. So it wasn't like a big deal for me, because like I said, like that shit don't mean nothing to me. Like I would sell out regardless, and I done had plenty niggas come up, nigga, my nigga B Lee, what? That nigga stay hitting me like, man, I got 100 for 30. Like I got plenty niggas that will overpay me. Nigga Kyrie, he pulled up, nigga, that nigga paid me $100 for 2 6-pieces. Like I got plenty people who do that shit, but that's not what I'm pressing. I'm not charging nobody to skip the line. This ain't no club. Right. But that's that man's business. So it's like, if he's able to do that, keep doing it until it get to a point where it's like, all right, you know, this part of the business done wore out. But it didn't make me feel no way. But I definitely don't feel like, on certain circumstances, not for me. Like I said, they fuck with me, but it's certain people that I know that got businesses and they've went through shit with like pricing or just like business in general with motherfuckers from their city. So it's like, man, you know, don't do that. If you gonna do that for a nigga that ain't from here, do that for a nigga that's from here. Like, don't do that. Like, just be real with it. Like, dude ain't nobody. I got a food truck. It's another little young nigga. I don't even know him. His name like Chef Taz or something. He a young nigga. I never got a chance to pull up on him, but it's like, dude, his young guys, we could be the same niggas out, you know, robbing niggas, killing niggas, whatever. But it's like, you got niggas that's from here that's doing the same exact things, and y'all don't fuck with them like that. And the people got to be honest and just admit that shit. Like, it's a lot of people here that deserve to be fucked with the same way like motherfuckers fuck with people from other cities. It's only right, especially if you got a person like that's fucking with, you know, where we from. Like with me, I keep saying I would never even be where I'm at if it wasn't for my city. But I would be sitting here lying if I said that, you know, a motherfucker ain't never text me like, damn, you charge that much? Like, for example, I had a nigga slide up one time. He like, you know, what you got or whatever. I'm telling him. He let me the catfish sounds. Tell him the price. It was like $15. Like, damn. That motherfucking catfish better be. Dog, my kids, y'all could kill me right now.
Just for the sandwich?
Dog. No, everything I sell come with fries. Dog, the nigga literally asked me, could he pick his own piece of catfish out to like make sure he get his money worth. Like, I'm not making this shit up. The nigga literally asked me, can he pick his own shit out? So I'm like, all right. But long story short, I ended up working it out with the nigga. He ended up getting a sandwich and some wings and a fries. I think I gave it to him for like a dub, maybe less than that. Gave it to him. He came back again like, damn, I can't get no drink. I'm like, my nigga, I just made up a whole meal that I don't even serve just for you, and you still not satisfied. Right. But Grove Hero pull up here, niggas paying 100, 200, 300, skip the line.
Yeah. Now I think I feel like I don't know. This is my take on it. I think people are really just doing that because, you know, that's Dolph's partner. Like, that's his homie. Man,
everybody want to look like they got money.
That too.
At the end of the day,
because that's
all it was about.
Because now you see it, like they was on his live. Everybody that skipped the line and stuff and bought a play, he put them on his story. And then he get the ribbon, and then people just really wanted to spend that money though.
Man, listen, pull up on me, I'll rib the fuck out you. Give me that money. And niggas that know me, know I'm funny for real. Pull up on me, I got all the jokes for your ass. Yeah, but
like you said, it's just people want to be seen spending money and stuff like that and get tagged.
That's all it was. Like, it's so funny because I had seen a video of a nigga like, man, I almost cried when I seen him. And I thought that was the funniest shit ever. But at the end of the day, I'm never going to take away from, you know, who motivated motherfucker. Right. But it's like, damn, you don't cry when you see me? Like, nigga, I'm from the same shit he from. So it's like, come on, man. Like, I'm doing the same thing he doing. But that's what I mean by, you know, man, fuck with your city. Because I know for a 1,000,000% fact, and I didn't even grow up here, but I know when it comes to what I established, if it wasn't from this city, I would not be where I'm at. And you know, there's a lot of niggas gonna look at this like, oh, he hating him. But man, I ain't never hated on no nigga in my life. What the fuck I look like hating? Dude is going fucking nuts. And again, if I could do that same shit, which I probably could, I just don't. Fact. But it's just like, I would rather, you can't fault me for wanting to rather do that from somebody from where I'm from. Mm-hmm. Cool. I'll pull up, that line too long, I'm out of there. I'm not paying $200-300 to skip the line. And I done paid to skip the line at a lot of shit. But I wouldn't, me personally, I would have not done that. That's just me.
Right. And everybody's just different. Like, you know, some people want to like be seen spending money and all that. And it's like you said, like, it ain't no hate thing. Like I said, I was saluting, bro. Like, man, you for come and make that money, bro. Do your thing, bro. But then I seen a lot of people like they was really mad about that online. Like, man, how the fuck y'all buying all these meals?
I don't think nobody should have been mad though.
Yeah, but you believe it or not, a lot of them was mad. They was like, bro, that shit bogus. They come here, they don't support none of our shit. They don't get that same energy and all none of this stuff. Like, just basically just shitting on the whole process to the point even he's seeing it. And he commented like, yeah, I'm going to make him mad again today type shit.
Man, low key is wild. I seen somebody low key call the police on him. That's nuts.
Yeah, that's too. Like, that's very hating.
Come
hateful.
on,
that's hating at his finest.
That's nuts. If
that reminded me.
If the nigga who did that is watching this interview, dog, you is nuts.
Wow, bro.
Male or female, that's nuts. That's wild.
So he making too much
would
money. Let me go ahead and
never-
shut that down.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, you snap.
Yeah, that's hating at a different level.
Nuts.
Yeah, but shout out Groove Hero, man. You know, he showed his love and he came and made his bag. But hey, it is what it is. Like, you know, I just feel like if anybody else was doing it and making a bag, they wouldn't have said nothing about
Shit,
it.
I'm doing it. That's why I'm not hating on him.
Right.
Dude, come into Milwaukee, don't stop. And one thing, that the reason why I fuck with Milwaukee, like the main, like underlying issue, my nigga Anna, she told me one time, cause she was trying to go get some food. She was like, "Is they open?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, and them up there." She like, "Nah, I don't want that." I'm like, "Man, it's good. You know, I made the sauce, all that." She like, "No, it ain't about that. It's like, it's the person cooking the food." So I say that to say, like, my city fuck with me. So I'm just lucky enough to be appreciative to know that, you know, anything that transpired, you know, with the food on that truck while I wasn't here, I'm still in the position where it's not a thing where nobody would never shop with me again. Like, people are legit tell me, like, I'll just wait till you come here. So to know that, and that's not to say that, you know, the people who was, you know, renting the truck, they food is nasty or nothing, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of people that fuck with me, they be like, "Nah, I'ma just wait till you get here."
Right.
And like, you gotta appreciate that type of love from your city. Like, that mean a lot. Like, y'all would literally, like, they tell, like, I'ma wait on you. Like, I'm cool. Like, when soon as you get here, though, like, even when I just came here and, you know, people seen that I was here, everybody like, you cooking. It's like, nah. But just to know that people would still, like, no matter when I come here, like, people always gonna pull up and shop with me. Like, that shit is like love.
That's
like,
love, bro.
Like, it don't get no better than that at all. Cause I know if I was on my last dollar, even if I didn't have that food truck, if I came here and made a post and said I'm cooking, they gonna pull up, they gonna buy that shit, and it's gonna be gone.
That's
And everybody
a fact.
that know me, if I put my hands on that shit, they know it's gonna be that every single time, every single plate.
Yeah, because I be seeing you. I've been on you to cook for the longest, and I be like, damn, that shit look good as a bitch when he be cooking everything. Like, that nigga be snapping. And I seen your truck, and I seen somebody, and I was like, he got somebody cooking for him while he gone. That's dope.
Yeah.
So and then they cook the same thing you cook.
So on Sundays and Tuesdays, it was these ladies. They was doing soul food on Sunday, and on Tuesday they was doing tacos. I mean, I've tasted that shit, and you know, I know few people that tasted that shit. They said that shit, I mean, it was good to me. So I can't speak for everybody else. But the other dude, he was we was actually working together at one point, and then I just left, like, you know, do your thing, because he was doing majority of the days. But, you know, some little bullshit ended up transpiring, and, you know, motherfuckers ain't do right. And now that's why I'm here, coming to pick that motherfucker up.
Yeah,
So,
he ain't want to spread the cheese like you supposed to, or whatever that case may be.
some people just don't appreciate the opportunity. And it's like, I could have been a hoe ass nigga out the situation. You know, I could have took the situation left, like, very well. Because, I mean, I know niggas here. And I know, shit, even him. Like, I know niggas and how they act about their money. So it's like, for what transpired with that shit with me, it's like, I just could never look at that person the same type shit. So it's just like, I wouldn't even waste my time, you know, taking it no further, because at the end of the day, like, you wronged me. Like, I gave you opportunity and you just failed it. That's not my problem. Like, I didn't do nothing wrong. I gave you the same opportunity to do the same shit I was doing, and you just wasn't doing right. So it's like, God gonna take care of that. Like, I ain't gotta waste no time on no shit like that.
Right. Now, when you say you coming to take the truck, are you coming back, or are you gonna be gone for good?
Never coming back.
Really?
Coming back with my family. My mama live here, but as far as being here, no, I'm cool.
Now, when did you come up with the decision? Was it that situation itself that made you think that, or is it you just thinking like, I moved for a reason, I might as well stay gone and just, you know, spread my wings here more?
I mean, that was a part of it. It wasn't really a big deal. Like, it wasn't that much money. I mean, it's money. That shit come and go. But it's just like, I don't live here. Like, I don't live here. Like, as much as I come here to everybody, be like, oh, you always here. I don't live here. My home address, where my mail gets sent to, where my kids are, where my wife is, my family, my friends, the few friends I got there is in Atlanta.
Right.
So it's like, because how I first started, it's like, I wasn't working. I'm a new business owner. So it's like, oh, man, I'm getting low on money. Let me run to Milwaukee. It's like, I can't keep taking the love that I got here and using it as a crutch.
Right.
Because, my nigga Tree, like, niggas come to Atlanta, like, hey, come cook for us. My nigga Trees came down there, cooked for their whole birthday, cash me, ASAP. So it's like, I just gotta get established in the city where I live, because I live there. I don't live here. So it's like, I can come here and make $20,000. But when I leave, what the fuck I'm gonna do in Atlanta? And then when that $20,000 gone, I'm gonna have to drive all the way back up here, catch another flight. And that shit is exhausting.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna ask you that, like, cause I'm like, you was coming up here a lot, like almost every week, every other week.
12-hour drive.
And I'm thinking, like, is that taking a toll on you and the family?
12-hour drive. Nigga, I got a F-150, gas, $150 to fill that motherfucker up. Of course, Danielle wigging out. You ain't never here. Like,
yeah.
Kid, man, my daughter, like, you don't live here. It's like, yes, I do. And it's just like, it just started causing a lot of problems. So it's like, it was more personal. Yeah. So, but in reality, business-wise, I like, really, like, all jokes aside, I don't live here. I gotta just establish myself in Atlanta. And again, it's no takeaway from being here, but I just don't live here. If motherfuckers got some personal shit going on, catering event, I'll fly up for that. But as far as like, being back and forth like I used to do, I'm not doing that no more.
Right, I get it, man. Like, I'm saying, you move for a reason. You move to grow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
and this shit has been 5 years. So.
Right. And you know what I'm saying, you've been coming back and forth here, but like when you in Atlanta, like now, you know what I'm saying, it's a bigger city, and you did what you can do here. Now you want to see what you can do in Atlanta, the bigger city. Let's see if you can take over just like how you did with Milwaukee. Like, and once you do that, it's gonna be up from there. Like, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be getting people, celebrities, having you cook for them. Or not even just celebrities, just the community there, bro.
Right.
Like, how many people in Atlanta versus Milwaukee?
It's a lot. Big. Yeah. Like, nigga, somebody called me to do a rock festival one time. It's funny because the truck is here. And like 2 weeks ago, somebody made a DoorDash order, but I couldn't make it because the truck wasn't here. I'm like, damn, I gotta hurry up and turn this motherfucker off. Right. So I had to cancel that motherfucker. But yeah, it's like, it's cool. My motion in Atlanta, as of now, it cannot compare to like what I could do here. But I'm the same way. Like the motherfuckers I know here, put their feet down and run their shit up here. I'm gonna just do the same thing in Atlanta. Right. So
now, do you get out more in Atlanta? Do you be out on the scene more to get your face seen and stuff like that, or you be more to like just chilling with the family? Or
I mean, me personally, a lot of niggas I fucked with, they moved their bitch ass back to Milwaukee. So in Atlanta, it's like I don't really have that many friends down there. So don't get me wrong, I'm tapped in with a lot of people. Like people like motherfuckers here couldn't even be around. Like, so it's like I'm tapped in with a decent circle right now. Like literally, nigga, I was just at, my homie, he styled Steve Harvey whole family. Like, it's my homie. Like, it's my boy. But it's like, I'm tapped, but it's like, that's cool. I met him through, my wife and her people. Like, so it's really like, I just be mixed in with her and her people. But these are my people, though. Like, these my niggas. So, like, they fuck with me. But I don't have, like, a piece of me that, like, I fuck with, like, heavy in the city. Besides, like, my nigga DJ Banger, he still down there. But my nigga over here, his punk ass, my nigga Bam, man, he moved back up here. This is my boy. He came back to Milwaukee on me, so. But no, I'll be out though. I got a couple niggas, shout out my nigga Tony, my nigga Antonio. That's really it for real.
Yeah, I know, but it be like that though. Like, some people might have to move back for some reasoning, or
man, bitch ass just move back cause he a bitch ass nigga. That's all. It ain't nothing other than that.
You know what I'm saying?
D Wright, you a bitch ass nigga too, cause he left me. My nigga little bro down there though, but he a uncle. He don't do shit. So I be with my wife and her people. But you know, shout out my nigga Ray, my nigga Io, Ra, my nigga Swaggy Tan, Ashley. I fuck with y'all. Jamila, Big Mama Morgan, Dirty Eyes. Them my people. That's who I be with. Them my niggas.
Yeah. Just be pretty much tapped in and just like, you know, in the groove and a mix with the people, networking, you know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure that's been a good opportunity for you down there. Now, I also see, I got 2 more questions. I also see that you've been selling your own signature sauce, like
right.
bottling it up. Like, what did that come, like, what made you want to do that?
Because, okay, so fun fact, what people don't know, me personally, when I cook chicken, I don't season it. I just clean it and I fry it naked, all the way naked. I don't put no salt, no flour, no nothing. So for all the people that fuck with me, like with the food shit, and they love like the wings, understand this, it's all the sauce. I don't put nothing on the chicken. I don't season the chicken whatsoever, like at all. I don't put nothing on there. So it's like, the sauce situation came about because I don't be here. Like I don't have plans on like being here. So, you know, that's like, I think like hot wings is like the #1 food in America right now. Yeah. Like everybody making wings, like, but everybody make their wings different. Like some people bake their shit, some people fry their shit, some people like their shit extra crispy, some people like their shit soft. But people like my sauce though. Like no matter how you eat your chicken. So now you can make your shit how you make it. And you can still get my sauce. So,
yep. There you go. You ain't too much missing, Wayne. You ain't too much missing designer dishes like that. Just besides the person who's cooking it himself.
Right.
You know, y'all still got a part of him here. You know. Now, my final question for you is, what's next for you?
Really, I'm working on opening up a hookah bar in Atlanta. And I know last time you asked me that I didn't really get too much detail, but I want to open up a hookah bar. I'm working on opening up a hookah bar, like, actively. Like, I've been looking at buildings and shit. It's going to be called Double D's, because, you know, the food truck is called Designer Dishes. But the plot twist on that, you know, Double D's is another form of what? Titty size. So it's going to be like the Black Hooters type shit. But no, I want to open up a hookah bar called Double D's Hookah Lounge. I want to use the food truck as the kitchen. And, you know, that's the whole plan. And that's why I'm like, you know, once I take the truck back, I don't plan on coming back here. Because, you know, I just want to really put my own, you know, footprint on Atlanta, because it's so big and it's hard. Like, it's tough, like, getting established there. Like, most people there, they got $1 bajillion so they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. So it's just like, you know, that ain't me. You know, I'm still grinding, I'm still hustling. So, but that's what I want to do. And then I want my end goal to be, I want the sauce to, like, just make the money without me having to do nothing. Because people don't know, like, man, hookah, man, that shit worse than crack right now.
Man.
Dead ass. Like, that shit worse than crack, my nigga. And it's like, you know, just like I said earlier, like, up here, a hookah, like, $25. Like, really in Atlanta, the minimal price on the hookah is like $50-$60. Man. And then they got the special hookahs for $100. Nigga, they charging $25 to change the head. Nigga, they charging $5 for coals. So, you know.
But they don't even do that. They don't charge for coals here or
in Atlanta, they charge for everything.
That's crazy.
Like, hookah, but the thing about it is, like, it's such a, like, in Atlanta, it's not a lot of clubs there. Everything is more like, I don't even want to use the word lounge. Like, it's hard to even put a label on that shit. But, like, everywhere you go, it's like food, music, drinks, hookah. Like, it's a fucking, all the brunch places sell alcohol. I don't think it's one brunch place here that sell alcohol except for Sweet Diner and another place I had just went to there. The last time I was here, it's called like Twisted Cafe in Atlanta. Yeah. Every single everybody sell alcohol. Like everything is like a party. So it's just like
I can see that
hookah shit. It's like wow. And I just like the same way like niggas was wigging out like when like cryptocurrency and shit came out. Like I want to get my hands on like some hookah shit, cause like for real, like man, in Atlanta that shit is that's some crazy shit down there. Like that hookah gonna get you paid.
Man, I can tell because like hookah just took over, bro. Like people want hookah all day, every day.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about damn near, I'ma say 90, 95, really probably like 97% of the places you go got a hookah in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Like even how we just named like Sweet Diner. Sweet Diner don't sell hookah. If Sweet Diner had hookah, what?
I can see them get that in the future though.
But Twisted Cafe, they got a hookah though. So I'm telling you, look, Chef Scope know what's going on. He got them hookahs in that motherfucker. Even like, you know, the niggas that got that other food truck, the what the fuck, the place that's right by where the Burger King get off, found like, what's it called? Expensive Taste. The guy, something smells good. They over there. Yeah. They got hookah on they man. Yeah, niggas know what's up with that hookah, man. Sure to God.
Because that's the first thing people be asking about. Like I done been in places and people like, do they got hookah here? And I be like, damn, what's up with this hookah? Like everybody love hookah, especially all the women love hookah.
Man, listen, I'm gonna say this though. If you want to take a cheap vacation, go to Nashville. It's a place there. They got hookahs for $17, and they the big ass ones too. Going crazy, cheap, and them motherfuckers hidden. But yeah, don't bring your ass to Atlanta for no cheap hookah. That motherfucker like 70.
That motherfucker be looking like damn. Like how we gonna split this bit?
That motherfucker like a quick 70 for your ass. They gonna charge you $25 to change that head, $5 for the cost, and you gotta pay that shit up front, cash.
Man, I ain't finna fuck around with y'all
at all,
man. But man, that's dope, man. Congratulations to you, man, for being like, you know, making that move and being down there for like 5 years and then pushing, you know, keeping your dream alive, even though if you didn't have the money at the time, you always knew you wanted to do it and you always had that goal to get it and you found a way to get it. And once you got it, you still was being patient and building yourself up and getting your shit right to how it is now, up and running, and then coming back here and getting love from the city, man, and now making that decision to like stay down there where you moved at and just spread your wings down there and be with your family. That's a big step. And like I said, you got it, bro. Like because you already been doing it, but now it's like you really finna put your keep your foot on the gas. So I want to say, you know what I'm saying, I'm proud of you, man, and I want to thank you for coming on the show because you could have been anywhere but here with me. But you know what I'm saying, you stopped by the crib and shit and just chopped it up with me, man. The spot, man, you know how it go. But yeah, like I said, Ben, continue to do what you've been doing.
Right.
You know, stay on your grind, stay in your own lane, stay out the way. And man, everything you was just sitting here telling me is definitely gonna come true. Cause like, you seem like the type of person I always knew you as, like ambition, having a dream, and just going after it.
It just ended up falling like that. Like, this ain't nothing I ever. Like, nigga, I used to play football.
Mm-hmm.
I thought somehow, some way, like, you know, that was gonna work out. Don't get it twisted, nigga. I was good. Like,
right.
I could pull that shit up, nigga. I still got my letters and everything. Like, I was good, but I don't know. Like, it's just one of them things where it's like, you know how to do something, and it end up just working out. So it go from, you know, you just doing it because it pay you to you enjoying it. And most people don't know, like, this was never something I know I just said that, but this was never nothing I planned on doing. But one thing about me, like, the way that I was raised and, like, all the places I live, like, I never had a chance to, like, really get established with, like, a group of friends or, like, just people in general. So it's like, when I start cooking, you know, everybody start fucking with me type shit. So it's just like, I get a kick out of the interaction with a person versus the actual food. Like, just being able to be around and, you know, make people laugh and shit, you know, the food good, like, it really, like, turned into that. Like, this wasn't nothing that I ever planned. Like, I never woke up like, you know, I'm finna be a cook, I'm finna be a chef. Like, even, like, if you go to, like, my Instagram page, I wasn't really uploading, like, no food like that. Like, the only people knew that I knew how to cook was, like, intimate people, like people that used to come around me. It wasn't like a thing where like, and it's just crazy. Like I could like go through my inbox and show you like, it's just so many people like you cooking, like what I gotta do to get this. Like it done been situations where like a motherfucker be like, oh, you only sell food to popular people. Like I done got snapped on by customers pulling up because I'm sold out. Like it's just a blessing that the food really tastes how it tastes. And a lot of people don't know, like when I cook, I don't even taste that shit. I don't really eat like hot wings like that. Like I don't, like, you can ask my wife or like anybody I fuck with in Atlanta, like, you can ask my nigga right here. Like I'll make them some wings and I'll make me like a steak or something. Like I don't eat like wings like that. Like I eat chicken when I come here. Like I said, I fuck with my nigga Jay at Catfish Lounge and shit, but I don't even taste that shit. So really, I let the people that fuck with me, you know, let me know like if it's right or wrong type shit. So, and they be letting me know though. Like don't get me wrong, motherfucker done came and be like, hey, you know, this a little salty, you know, or whatever. But it's more none though. Right. I don't really get too many complaints. But yeah, I just, like I said, I just always gotta give thanks to, you know, Milwaukee. Like without here, it would have never happened. Like this city really first gave me like my first like bag for real. Like coming here, and I know what time it is. Soon as I turn the deep fryers on, like here Milwaukee fuck with me. Like I don't give a fuck how big I get. I will always let the world know. Like if it wasn't for here, it wouldn't even probably, it probably would have happened, but it wouldn't have happened like the way that it came about. Like, you know, the customers, the motherfuckers I was fucking with type shit. Like everybody just always gave me that criticism, you know, to keep my shit right, keep my shit together. All of them, like all the other cooks around, my friends at the time, all that shit. So that's just what it is.
But yeah, man, that shows you, man. You got a lot of you got a lot of people who support you, man, and been showing you love, and you've been on the right track, and you've been doing something right all this time, man. The cooking good, man. But like I said, I wanted to say thank you for coming on the show, and tell you the congratulations on your journey, and good luck to your journey down in Atlanta. Good luck with turning Atlanta into Milwaukee. With your supporters, you know what I'm saying? I mean, anything is possible, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it's just you gotta take time. That's all. But you definitely gonna get it down packed. You know what I'm saying? But for the people who watching this, just let them know, you know, where they can find you at and stuff like that, and how to find your brand and your business.
Follow me on Instagram, my personal page, main _no NO, cause don't ask me for shit. My business page, Designer Dishes USA. Email me, designerdishesusa@gmail. You know, all your personal catering needs. Shout out Rick Taylor Entertainment.
Y'all know what it is, man.
My city, Milwaukee. Thank you all for, you know, helping me get to where I'm at. All my people that kept me on my shit. I fuck with y'all. And when I get to the top, make sure y'all get up there with me. Always.
Man, y'all heard it, man. Y'all know what it is, man. My boy, Jermaine, Designer Dishes, man. Rick Taylor. Much love.
Stop at Catfish Lounge, too. This shit fire.
Y'all know what it is, man. Shout out to them, man. We gone.